You guys already think I'm a lolicon? No way in hell I'm gonna see that.
Establish the fact even further.
There's only one thing that I want to see, and apparently Danny Trejo is gonna be Boots.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I might need to. I don't know. I kind of want to watch it just for that.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
It's weird. Okay, I should get the opening ready. Well, but my God. What
If you guys are wondering why Danny's nervous, because he's staring at 2 bottles right now, and one of them's gonna kill him if he's not good with his memory.
No, I don't like this. I don't want to drink.
Don't worry.
Nah, I'm alright.
So this is how it's gonna work. So let me explain the rules of this game. So I'm kind of nervous to say like how frequent this would be, because like every time I've done this with friends, we've always ended up dying.
Yes, I don't know.
Cause like whenever we play drinking games, like have you watched the movie Bandersnatch?
Bandersnatch.
The one on Netflix.
No, I haven't.
Well, in that movie, like it's interactive, so like you can pretty much make choices in there, and like the movie follows whatever choices you do. So we had my friends and I decided like, all right, we'll take a drink every time we have to make a choice, because like one of my friends had watched it before, and he's like, yeah, there's only like 5 to like 7 choices in this movie. 10 choices, and we're like, I don't think we're getting anywhere close to the ending, guys.
There would have been more depending what choices you made too.
Exactly. It was a bad idea.
I didn't know this was going to be a drinking game.
It's not a drinking game, it's a drinking punishment.
Why?
Cause that's the theme of it, and it's April Fool's week.
Oh, day! I want to do this. I still want to go somewhere after this. I want to be inebriated. In a world of pure inebriation. Sorry. I don't know why, I just started looking at the list of recommendations I was getting. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Anyway, sorry. So today we'll be talking about Grand Blue, which may look like a show about diving, but that's only about 10% of the show.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Why? I'm so out of it right now. Hold up, guys. Give me a minute. I'm already kind of tired out, which is why I know drinking's going to be an awful idea. Come on. Give me the opening. What the hell? Grand Blue OP.
Atsukunare, my friend, tsumiya konde zenbu.
This is a long-ass opening. It's 6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't think it was going to be that long.
Yeah, well, the song overall is 6 minutes. The opening, of course, is only a minute and a half.
No, but I know what you meant about the song. I did not know that.
Yeah. Man, yeah, no, I one day want to find like an anime opening that they used, and then you find out it was from like an 8-minute song.
Yeah.
Maybe when I make a anime, I'll just put a Metallica song on it, and then we'll get all rich. Because I think like Enter Sandman is like 8 minutes.
Put Stairway to Heaven. That one's a long one too.
Was that them?
I don't think. No. Yeah. I think. No. I don't think it is.
But yeah, why? How long is Stairway to Heaven?
I think it was like 10 minutes.
God damn. Oh, there was that R. Kelly song he released last year to mess with everyone. Mm-hmm. That was called I Admit. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Anyway, guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Busted Musket Productions and Amazing. I am your very late host, Danny.
I'm Squatcha.
Yep, and since today we're going to be talking about Grand Blue, Lewis basically thought it would be a good idea to get as inebriated as the characters in the show were. I ain't taking my clothes off. I'm compromised.
No.
Once the drinking begins,
you know what the sad part is? When I do get wild with my friends, there are points where I do take my shirt off. I can see, like, after experiencing it, I can finally see why the guys in the Grand Blue do it.
Well, I mean, you're drinking like ridiculous amounts, and their bodies are heating up like furnaces.
No, but it's like but just the amount of stuff we do when we're inebriated. Because like for me, this has like already been established through like multiple parties. But like when I'm really gone, I love to dance.
Please don't get too drunk.
No, which is why this is the #1 rule. Nothing's gonna exceed more than than half a shot worth.
Okay.
so nobody fills up the cup all the way at the top, because we're gonna be using those cups, and like if we keep filling them all the way to the top, we're not gonna last through this whole show. So it can only be a little small amount.
Yeah, and I tell you how freaking sensitive I am.
Exactly, which is why it's gonna be half or less.
I don't like this idea. I'm gonna die.
And like we're gonna be taking turns pretty much mixing. So the way it's gonna work, we're gonna go to the bathroom, and then you can pretty much go wild. You can either put to the limit, less than the limit, make them both vodka, or make them both water. So you can be evil, or you can be evil or not. It's pretty much what I'm saying.
God damn it. You know what? I'm even gonna use the toilet to mix the amount. So fuck you. Yes, it's half its pot liquor, pot water, and all toilet water. Oh god. But yeah, no. All I can think about when I was watching the show was, what was the guy's name? Toko.
Which one?
The two leaders.
Oh, Kotobuki, and I forgot the other guy's name.
Yeah. It was Kotobuki and like Toku something. They had very similar names, but yeah, I'm like, this is like hanging out with you and Ben. Like I have two people who are like very chaotic when they're together, and I'm just like, oh god, no. But then even I'm guilty of like falling into that because like I'll get caught into it. But that was the thing I kept noticing a lot in the show. It's like, yeah, at first they make you think the guy's like fully victimized here, but he is.
He gets drawn into it later.
Yeah, he gets drawn into it where they're just like, all right, time to change. It's like, well, you're changing right here. It's all like, what?
Yeah. Oh, and then when it's become normal for them to go to class like in their underwear only.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, not gonna lie, that's been seasoned for me so far. Not the underwear part, but the drinking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like in the tennis episode where it's just like, what happened to your sweat uniform? And it's like, don't worry about it. My boxers are my uniform. It's like, no, they're not wrong. You guys will like that like 80% of the time.
Okay, I've decided what we're gonna be doing. So like, this is gonna be our timer. Every time I complete a boss fight, we're gonna play a round of rock paper scissors. Winner pretty much gets to decide what they put in the cup.
Okay, that's better than me getting up and having to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us start off our review. Sorry, I'm so against this. It just took my energy out. Anyway.
That's why if you want to survive, then just make them both water.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do that. At least for me. Wait, I have no control over you, though. Well, if I want you to drive me home, then...
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's no fun for you. Because I know you're like You're not super hardcore drinker, but you're a big drinker.
Yeah. No, I have control. I have sole control. I'll just tell you right now, if you give me more than two shot glasses, then like you probably should take an Uber.
Okay.
By the way,
I probably might have to take an Uber anyway, since I do want to go somewhere afterward.
Oh, where are you going?
I want to go to, well, it's all the way across freaking, California. No, it's all the way across the freaking city is, I want to go to Amoeba so I can buy that Terraformers movie.
Oh.
I'm a slave to Takashi Miike, people. You learned this.
About this much if you want to get me buzzed.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's still high. That's as much as you want if you want me to be like, well, I can't do this anymore.
But yeah, this is pretty much my limit if you want me to get buzzed and not safe for driving.
Okay.
2 to 3 of these if you want me to get like dirt nasty drunk.
Okay. Well, most likely, I don't know. Most likely, I think I will just let you do your thing. Anyway, seriously, let's open this up because I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go for it.
All right.
Play that song.
I remember there was something I wanted to talk before, but it'll come to me. This sounds like a Calvin Harris song. I just can't find the song.
Right?
None of the insanity is in this show. I think that, and also with how all these warnings are, I have a feeling this played like on a child-friendly block, or at least something that children are able to watch it.
For kids.
Oh god, no. If all kids dub of this wouldn't even be about swimming.
By the way, this is what we're doing the way to.
Oh, okay. I think I can survive that.
Yeah, these are the boss fights, so we're not gonna start it immediately, but once every boss fight is over, we have to do Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Oh god, man! I just hope it doesn't turn into like that one vlog with like Anime Man Misty and then and Noble. What is it, the junk stream?
Oh, I didn't know we did that.
We did one.
Oh, fuck, that must be an old video.
Well, like literally, like they were like doing a drinking game with Misty, Mystic Connexia, Anime Man, Noble, Aki, and then Misty's wife.
Yeah.
And then the whole dude, that was an interesting night.
Man, that's so like the whole thing with Misty still to this day like intrigues me how he wanted to make like an anime.
Oh yeah.
And then it like burnt horribly to the ground. And I think one day I want to make like a documentary about this. May it be completely audio based or I actually spend some time on filming things and stuff. But I really do want to like just cover an entire documentary about just the complete hellfire that this show was. But at the same, like, I remember when we interviewed Kira Buckland, I literally had to write on a piece of paper, no, not a piece of paper, I had to type it on my phone saying, do not ask Kira about Misty and the Seven Seals, because you're not going to say anything good about it. And she is she was at least very involved in that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin any potential, like, future podcasts where we might try to get her back again. But it was like, I remember, like, watching that pilot episode and thinking, wow, this is bad. And then you saw, like, looking at other videos where they say, yeah, there's a high possibility that this was like, one animator who was claiming to be a part of an entire studio but didn't really tell Misty that.
Oh.
And like
oh yeah, that's what we're telling about like he should be getting his money's worth, like talking about like getting his money back or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned it when we were talking about like that, when we were briefly talking about it off screen.
Yeah. Yeah, like finding a way to get the monies back. And then there were talks of him like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do episode 2. And there was like no mention. He even said that he'll be working with like the same people again. And it's just like, okay, so he released that clip of episode 2 and it looked better, but then it never came out. And like a week later, he's like, I'm just gonna halt all production of the show because I couldn't get enough money we needed. And it's just like, well, how much money did you want? Like, you know, okay, sorry, getting way too out of it. Literally,
here, comrade, this'll calm your nerves. Nothing like a cold war to simmer that heat.
I kind of need that.
Watch it just go like mitosis, like no osmosis, from one of high concentration to low concentration.
Oh god.
Not mitosis, that's splitting up.
Yeah. God, see, this is exactly why I failed biology those 2 times. But yeah, anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe one day I'll do that. But it'll be nearly impossible to get. I don't know how easy it would get Misty to kind of like get more info out of it, because I think that's a very sensitive subject with him.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell because he almost never picks it up. But there you go.
Thank you.
But anyway, that was one of those intriguing little disasters that the internet probably forgot about by now. But anyway, yes, today we are talking about Grand Blue, which is a 2018 Amazon exclusive anime.
Hey, wait, it's Amazon exclusive? Hold up, what?
Yeah, it came out like in the September or July of last year. I actually didn't realize that it was a very recent anime when you told me.
Yeah, it is. That's why when I told you last time, it was recent. You were wondering whether or not the dub was out or not. Which, like, you know, I was like saying, like, I doubt.
Oh, yeah. And of course, since it's Amazon, it's very rare when they license their stuff out. Like, the only reason Kabanari and the Iron Fortress is out is because Crunchyroll was able to somehow get the rights, but then it was taken away by like Amazon or something. I don't know. There's something weird going on, but that's like the only reason why we have a Kabanari dub and why we still haven't gotten like an Inuyashiki dub or anything like that.
Oh, dude, Kabanari the Iron Fortress was an interesting one. Cause like that was like one of my interim shows I was watching while I was waiting for Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, close enough. This is like probably like quell my thirst for Attack on Titan until like the actual show comes back on.
Yeah, and then it's back on, and I still haven't watched it yet.
Me neither. Don't worry, I haven't touched season 2 yet either.
I know. Season 2, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've at least seen season 2. It's season like 3 onward that I haven't seen.
I've seen like part 2 of season 1. But then after that I didn't catch up to season 2.
Part 2 of season 1. Oh, because they're calling it that weird. Man, that thing is season 2.
Yeah.
No, I get what you mean. But no, man, that thing was season 2, goddammit. But...
Because I've seen that much of anything, but I haven't seen like, like the other parts.
Yeah, same here.
Because you know how like they're released pretty much in parts, which for me was like, why? Why so much teasing? It's like you saw how long it took you to release like pretty much the other seasons and everything. When you gotta release season 3 part 1 and part 2, you're pretty much doing what they did for the Hunger Games.
Well, that's why they got just as junk as they did in that Giga video. Where it's all like, what's Studio Wit? Well, we were out drinking and he started talking about Attack on Titan season 3. And it's like, it's coming, guys.
It's coming. Just like, you're about to get soon.
No, I don't want to. Anyway, yes, it was also produced by Zero G Studios. I've actually never heard of that company.
Me neither.
Played on a shit ton of TV channels. And except, in Japan, this is all Japan. And then here it got exclusive streaming rights on Amazon Video, which something tells me Sentai will probably get their hands on it because almost every season 2 of a Sentai owned show they had was given to Amazon. Like, I didn't know there was a season 2 of How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
Oh yeah, Salikano, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that show.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's not that good. Like, the girls are too unlikable in that show. Anyway.
I don't know. One of them is my guilty pleasure.
Which one?
The flat one.
Oh, yeah.
Erika. I think that's her name?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, the beret one that becomes the inspiration for the game.
Yeah.
Anyway. The show...
The tsundere one, right? We're thinking of the same girl? The blonde tsundere one?
Oh, you're talking about that one? No.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of the one that's actually nice. No, because like the whole thing is like it's a 4-girl harem. 3 out of those 4 girls are very unlikable in their own way.
Yeah.
One's a cousin, so that one's immediately just wrong.
Dude, when I saw the way that cousin plays with him and everything, like that's not how cousins play. Even when they're older, that's not how cousins do it.
No, it's not. That's some shady... Even in this show, there's some shady shit going on here.
Yeah.
Anyway, the show was, in fact, it aired from July 14th to September 29th of 2018. Mm-hmm. So the show is hella recent and came out, like a week or 2 after Anime Expo. So that's probably why I remember seeing a poster of the show somewhere.
I think it aired the same time as Cells at Work. Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember like they were doing a lot of like promotion for it alongside with Cells at Work as well.
Yeah, especially when you went to like the Aniplex booth. I think they premiered the first episode over there too.
Yeah.
Of Cells at Work.
I only started. It's funny because I only started watching Grand Blue when the Anime Man talked about it on his monthly anime review.
Yeah.
Because he was like when he does his like list of like what he's gonna check out, and he says like he's been waiting for Grand Blue to be animated because like for him. He says like he rarely ever gets to see shows that ever focus on like college or like college life or anything like that in general. Like you barely get it.
Oh no.
You barely get much of those shows. Like I think like one of the ones he mentioned was like Death Note, where like when Light graduated from high school and barely entered college. But even then, it wasn't focused too much on the university aspect.
Did he never see Golden Time?
Yes, that's also one of the few ones as well.
Yeah. Well, this one, not to be mean, but this one barely goes into that either. Again,
it goes into the social, the really social aspect of it.
The super social aspect, like the things that get people kicked out of college, basically. And then, of course, they do like festivals, which Golden Time basically got that entire market covered. Was like everything was festival this in the college environment,
and then clubs just trying to recruit people to like to join their organizations and everything as well.
Man, I still remember that scene. We should do Golden Time because those episodes kept getting lost, and you actually weren't in either of those episodes.
Ooh, all right. I'm down to do Golden Time. I really like that show.
Yeah, because I remember there's that part where they open up the door, and it's the club's recruiting, and I remember telling Ben, "My God, it's like that parade scene in Paprika, where they go inside the gym, and it's like da 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 da. It's just like, oh my God, it's madness out there."
Dude, that's literally how club recruiting session is like, man. Oh, especially when you go to like meet the clubs in like a lot of universities and everything.
It's funny because it's so like minuscule in GCC, but then I remember having to go meet someone at like a college for something, and there was just someone like, "Hey, have you ever thought about this club? Have you ever thought about this club?" I almost got like abducted by like a freaking fight, like a 4'8" girl being like, "Oh, you should join this club." And I'm like, "I don't even go here." I'm like, "I'm waiting for someone." They're like, okay,
time's up.
Oh God, no.
Alright, ready?
Rock, paper,
Oh, okay. Rock, paper, scissors. 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 Oh! Yeah! You psycho.
I knew it! Oh my God, it freaking worked!
¿Aló? Nada, estoy aquí abajo con un amigo. Sí, ¿quieres ir a comer?
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Anyway. So, yeah. Grand Blues complete insanity. Anyway, so, for anyone who forgot, we had to do rock, paper, scissors in a way of determining who's going to have to serve whose drink. This is basically going to be a battle of who can get the other one the most inebriated.
I'm scared. Well,
I'm scared too. I tell you, I have like a lesser tolerance level than you.
Let me rephrase that. I'm not scared. I'm just curious how this is gonna end up.
I'm so scared. Anyway.
Alright, Danny. I'll take it from here. You go mix whatever concoction you want in the bathroom. And then don't tell me which one's which. I will not smell them or anything just to make this
fair. I have to get both of them?
Yeah. So like this is just, so that way I'm not gonna know if you're just gonna make it just nothing but water or if it's just gonna be vodka. But yeah, so hey, taking over the show for the first time. But yeah, so for me watching Grand Blue, starting this whole off and everything, I kind of got excited for the show at first because when I was thinking of watching Grand Blue and the way the anime man described it, he was making it sound like, oh, is this gonna be like another Golden Time or anything like that? Well, minus the romance and everything, because I know this is more about the club and everything. So I was thinking like, oh, kind of like a slice of life. But no. By episode 1, like they completely hashed out that pretty much that little idea, I guess, or like that preconceived concept idea that this was gonna be just a club anime or something like that. So watching the show progress and everything, and just watching how like Iori pretty much gets into the surf shack where his family his extended family works in. I kind of got to see a little bit of what it was like for them as well, because when you meet the senpais, damn, do those guys like already go hard by episode 1. And not gonna lie, that is kind of me as well during like certain weekends as well. That's why I have a liver of steel, which is why I'm kind of like worried what Danny's gonna do for me. But surprises. And then back to the show. So thinking about Grand Blue, since like the first episode and everything, you already get the idea that like, okay, this is not going to be like one of those shows where it's just slice of life and everything. You're going to get a lot of comedy and stuff with it as well. And if there's anything that's my weakness, it's pretty much comedy as well. And boy, does Grand Blue get the comedy section right. So every time I kind of watch Grand Blue and everything, I would always think like kind of like how ridiculous it was, like pretty much all the things those guys did and everything, from the drinking to like the jobs that they were doing, and even like even how they pulled off classes and everything. Not gonna lie though, the German teacher did kind of scare me though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I should have put this here. There we go.
Oh, I'm scared.
Aha!
Alright, I'm gonna have to choose one.
Yes.
I'll choose the left one.
Yep. But here's the thing, I played I played the worst con of all. The con on myself. I put half and half in both. Will not guarantee I'll do this again because I really do not want to drink.
You could have just like done both water, you know.
Huh?
You could have just done both water.
Hey, I wanted us to have some fun.
Oh man. Okay. So what you're saying is like I can go crazy.
Not too crazy. Jesus Christ. I didn't taste it this time.
I feel like you put more water in yours than mine.
No. It was literally like the same. Oh no, there it comes. Yep, there you go. Alright. Anyway, let's do this. So yeah, what were you saying?
Well, I was pretty much talking about like how on the first episode when I first heard about this show, I was thinking like, oh, so it's kind of like another golden time. Well, minus the romance, it's gonna be more slice of life. And then no, episode 1 pretty much kind of like dashes anything of like it's just anything but a slice of life.
Yeah. Having introduced almost immediately that the Quody Fingers' main love interest in this show is a hardcore tsundere.
Ooh, yeah. A hardcore tsundere with a magnificent ass.
Yep.
To quote Iori.
Doesn't have much, has enough boobs, more boobs than like the typical tsundere does. But yeah, the comments on the ass are always made. That's why it sucks that when they show them in those Evangelion uniforms, they had to censor it out. And I'm like, what's the point of showing us the butt if it's censored?
Dude, I think for me it just made me laugh that the suits had to be censored just because it's another show.
Right.
That's what did it. That's what made me laugh the most. And again, like all the references they do, like well, not all the references, but just kind of like how Kohi kind of like is that one guy that's like in college who he knows obsessed in anime.
Yeah.
He pretty much represents all of us in college.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
And I even like how the first initial reaction of them is like, oh, well, there's a guy who's in his underwear. It's like, oh, there's a guy in a fucking anime girl shirt. I know I definitely don't want to be friends with him. And they end up getting like roped in together at one point.
Oh yeah, when they were trying to escape the club rush.
Yeah.
Because when he meets Kohei, which is the other which is Iori's like soon to be best friend, and like the one that Azusa loves doing things together with them.
Oh yeah. Well, it's because like, you know, there was that whole debacle with the room where Azusa thinks he's bisexual like her. So he had to give her an answer and not like, because he felt bad because she's like, yeah, I never get to talk to a lot of people about being like bi or anything. So it's like, oh, well, okay. I don't want to hurt her feelings. So he says Azusa and it's just like, why did Azusa, no, why, he says Kohei and then Azusa's like, no.
No, so pretty much, damn, it's already affecting Danny already.
Okay, no, so basically, he says Kohei is the person he has a crush on, so Azusa being mostly the typical anime girl is like, well then, let me switch my shifts so you can work together.
Oh my god, and that kind of starts like their own little like mini side thing where like Azusa like, well, whenever especially when they go drinking and everything,
yeah,
she was like, nice job, Iori.
Yeah. And then it's all like, I know how we can decide this little debacle. We'll play the pocket game. This is your chance.
Oh yeah, when they were that was the King's game, right?
Yeah. Was it the King's game?
No,
yeah.
No,
because the girls had to go out. Some of the girls left.
Yeah, there we go. And like the way they settle things, pretty much in Grand Blue, is that like if you get into an argument or something, you have to pretty much play. You have to play for it in the game to see who can win, who wins the argument.
So they did like Ghost Leg, which is something I actually remember doing, where it's like you put a list of things, but you put a bunch of like an intricate little like puzzle line platform there.
Yeah.
So you gotta just follow the line and don't move it with any real purpose, but just move it steadily, move it randomly left or right, and then wherever your pencil lands on is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and then they landed on the Pocky game.
Yeah, which since Azusa was the one who did it, they do believe she did that on purpose.
Now I remember what the argument was. They were arguing which one was better, the bamboo shoots or the chocolate mushrooms.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, bamboo shoots off of people with no taste.
It's like, what? It's like, you're obviously mistaken. It's the chocolate mushrooms that people with no taste whatsoever eat.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like, if we did have time to do like an online awards show, I definitely would have given like best anime bros to those two of 2018 because like honestly them together. Like they're cartoon characters, of course, but like the two of them like have such great like
dynamic with each other.
Like
chemistry.
Yeah, like after doing Genlock and I forgot what we did before Genlock. Goblin Slayer. Yeah, after doing like a lot of these dark and like story-driven shows, it just felt kind of good to kind of kick back and just watch a show that was completely insane. But
insane for like different reasons, though.
Yeah, but because like one thing you do bring up is like the college aspect of the show, but it's funny because like the characters are so insane and everything is so. Some of the things are so blown out of proportion that you almost kind of think this isn't a college environment. This is a high school environment, and that came into light to me when the talent shows started and all the pageants. Like everything there was so extra that I'm like, man, this is a high school environment. They want to fool me by saying it's college. This is insanity.
Well, Danny, here's a little surprise for you when you go to university. That's pretty much how university's like.
Yeah.
Everything's a little bit more extra because like community college, you're kind of just trying to survive.
Yeah.
But once you go to university, you're trying to survive. But this time, you're getting more from your tuition.
Yeah. No. And again, I've gone to college environments, so I've seen, the environment, but I never have actually experienced now. And as a person who's in college now, you can basically say that.
Yep. Ooh, especially because, like, man, for me, like, in CSUN, like, the one thing that I love about that place is that there's always something going on campus as well. So, like, when I was seeing Grand Blue and everything, I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Not as crazy, but pretty much.
Yeah. Like, again, the whole thing with the pageants, when they go to, like, the female pageants, and there's just a girl who looks like a freaking, cheap whore Harley Quinn dancing around and and they're like, oh god, that girl has like a ton of makeup on it, even to the point where they like keep calling her Cakey because her face is just caked in makeup.
Oh, I thought they just called her Cakey because that's what she refers to herself.
Oh no, I remember they were calling her that because of the makeup all over her face, and she didn't like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was also like she wanted like the guys in her team to like her, so she, again, speaking of extra, is like, well, I'm gonna wear a blonde wig and I'm just gonna cake my face and makeup to the point where I look like a clown. And then there was that part where she like corners Kohei, and you just see a shadow and they yell out, a specter! Say that because her face is all white.
Oh my god, and you gotta think about all these things, man. Like, whenever something gets involved, it's either Kohei or Yori. Yeah. It's one of those two that gets involved and like ends up dragging the other with them.
It very much is kind of like that classic humor where like you have two characters who they're neither straight men nor the the comedy type, but they're just in the middle to the point where whatever happens, it ends up shaping the entire environment. Like, yeah. Like, as much as I've heard people in comments call like Kohei and Iori the straight men, the real straight man in here is actually
Chisa.
Well, Chisa, yes, but the reason why Chisa isn't either is because she sees this entire crazy environment they're in as normal.
Oh,
she
yeah,
doesn't necessarily agree with it, but she's like, oh, okay. It's Aina Keiki, who is just flat out, huh?
I can see it.
Yeah, who she is just flat out like, stop taking off your clothes. Like, literally during her match in the Kings game, it was the next party you cannot get naked, and the guys are like, oh man,
it's like, oh, it's the King's orders, we cannot disobey.
Oh my god, like that episode. Yes, the King's orders, we must obey. But there was that episode where she joins, right? And the entire club is like all of the little background character men, and they're like, "Yes, so hello, my name is my name is Aina, blah blah." He's like, "Oh, yes," and I've never tried diving before, but I'm curious. Oh, and like the shirts are off, and then she says something else like, "Oh, and the boxes off," and the last one is like, "Ooh, why are you guys naked?"
Dude, I remember that one when it was like she was just introducing herself and then just like progressively taking off their clothes.
Yeah, but it was like it was like shot. It was like created in a way where it was like moving to her side and moving to them, and suddenly they were missing like an article of clothing.
Oh my god! Which pretty much, by the way, guys, once you start watching the show, it's normal when they start taking off a lot of the clothes from time to time as well.
It really is. And I mean, it's even normal to like the main characters too. The episode 12, even though I haven't finished it, there was that scene where they like go to Okinawa.
Oh,
and they're like, oh, Okinawa. And he's like, yeah, we're closer to Thailand now than we are Japan. And it's like, oh, that is cool. And they're just cracking open beers, and they get punched. It's like, sorry, we didn't even know we were doing it.
Oh my god! And that's like one of the scary parts about them as well, is that a lot of the things that they do, especially when it comes to the social component of it. Yes, they got pretty much like to do like all the drinking and everything as well. But remember, in order to plan for that trip for Okinawa, they had to raise a lot of the money over as well. Mm-hmm. Which you can see, they pretty much do take the club activity seriously, like especially the Kotobuki and the other guys. And despite all of the drinking they do and everything, they still somehow manage to like keep the club together.
They really do. Well, I think one of the things I'm noticing is like they have other people who are also handling the club things, but they're also just as irresponsible as them. Mm-hmm. Like when they meet those two guys in Okinawa, and it's all like, I heard this place was really strict on drinking, and it's like, nah, that's just an urban legend. By the way, how can you imagine anyone being that crazy and drinking, and there's literally a sign that says not serving Peekaboo members, which is the name of their diving team?
That's right.
And it's like, what did you guys do yesterday? It's like, let's keep going.
I forgot about that as well. And you guys gotta think about it as well, because a lot of the things about them, especially when it comes to like all the shenanigans and everything, there is a little bit of information. As crazy as it sounds, there is some informative part about this show as well, especially when it comes to the diving. Because remember when Iori was learning the basics of diving, like, you know, like how to do the signs and everything? Mm-hmm. Like, you do get to learn a little bit about like what goes through like diving, and like, you know, like just how expensive it can be as well, because of all the jobs they have to take and everything. Not only like winning like the money from the beauty pageant and everything, but then also getting up when they had that match with the tennis team to get the rest of the funds as well.
Yeah.
Dude, that was funny when they were competing in the beauty pageant, because like they pretty much tricked the tennis team captain.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the character Aina, who we just at that point only knew as like
Keiki.
Yeah, Keiki, because she's
or for all you Japanese, for Kebako.
Yeah, but she was you know, she was getting junked because basically we don't find out until later, but that day they're like, oh yeah, she wasn't really friends with them, they just kind of kept her around to make fun of her. Mm-hmm. But like literally you find out in a later episode, the actual tennis episode, that day after the pageant they kicked her out. Mm-hmm. Telling her like not to come back because they didn't think she was a good player anymore. And you just see her like getting drunk, like getting fucking plastered actually. Yeah. And they agree like, oh okay, so in the pageant we'll help you. And they basically embarrass the guy by like dressing Iori up as as Azusa. And then
which pretty much sparks like the little like respect that she has for Iori.
Yeah.
And then like later on develops into a little crush.
Should have acted on that.
I know, but like remember, she's kind of like the straight man in this show, and like she's already seeing like kind of like what he gets into.
Oh wait, you're talking about Aina?
Yeah.
Oh okay, my bad. Yeah, that was the thing. I'm like, wait, didn't you like Kohei? But then you realize she has Kohei out of kind of like superficial means.
Yeah.
Because like he was so good looking, and then she saw that Iori was a legitimately like
nice
guy. Yeah, and they end up just like embarrassing the dude in the middle of everyone, and they end up what's his name, Kohei ends up winning like the male version of the pageant.
Even like gets plastered as well.
Yeah,
which leads into like the next day where like when he wakes up in class and everybody's just staring at him. Like, I wonder what's going on. It's like we're showing up to class normal, despite the fact they're in their
no, it wasn't Kohei that one. It was Iori that one. Yeah. And literally, what happened before then was before the men's pageant. It was the women's pageant, and they realized that Chisa was being too unlikable. So they're like, "We gotta show a cute, vulnerable side." He's like, "What do we do? We're gonna get these bouncy balls and launch them out and have them bounce up her skirt and lift her skirt up." And they do that, and the guy has hella aim too. But it's funny because at one point they just see like, "Great job, it's working," and like everyone's
just standing on the side, so it's just Iori.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I thought we were all gonna do this," and she's just looking up at him like completely betrayed.
I know.
But it ends up working, and what is it? So it ends up working, and they both end up winning. So when they're like, "Oh, so what are you gonna do now after you win the pageant?" It's like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna go spend more time with my boyfriend Iori. He spent all night drinking, so he's kind of passed out right now. So when he wakes up in class the next day, everyone just wants to kill him, and it wasn't. And he's like, everyone wants to kill me. And then he says something about Chisa, and it's like, you're right. Chisa's also another one who doesn't like you. So when he turns around, she's just smiling at him. He's like, what's going on?"
I know, because again, at this point, pretty much, Chisa kind of a little skeptical about Iori just because of all the drinking that's been happening and everything.
Yeah.
And more importantly, she kind of hates him before like the dress stunt that we pretty much described.
Mm-hmm.
So for Iori, it's kind of confusing to him as to like why Chisa's being extra nice to him, and like kind of everything like up to the pageant is pretty much a haze for him.
Yeah. And there was, I don't know what that was, but like the radish they were talking about.
Which one?
I don't know. They were saying like if you buy a radish, it's really expensive. And they asked Chisa, what would you think if Iori bought a radish? And she said, 15 minutes. For 15 minutes, I will treat you like a person. And it's like, what has she been treating me before then?
Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know about the radish, man. I'm honestly not sure.
I don't know if that was like a name for some diving equipment.
I don't know. Like, ooh. Second round.
Oh no.
All right then. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Anyway, so anyway, I shall be moving in forward after all. Anyway, now it's time for Lewis to stir the drinks, and I will probably have to have a Scott Pilgrim moment. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh, right. So, yeah. One thing I want to do while he's doing that, let's cover some of the characters more. So this character we're talking about, Chisa, is actually the cousin of the main character, Iori, who was like a childhood best friend of his, and, you know, of course, family, cousin. Japan's doing it again. They're sword-arting me.
The incest is Wincest.
Incest is definitely in the middle zone, cess.
Oh god. What do you mean? It's incest no matter how you look at it.
Well, no, that's what I mean. It's just like, it's not winning, it's, I don't know. It's 50-50. You feel like you're winning because you're having sex with someone, but then you realize, oh god, what have I done?
Oh, like domestic girlfriend?
Yes. Like this, yeah, you know what? I don't even think I'd fuck a stepson.
Yes.
You got a character?
I got enough for my character. Now this time it's for like, now it's like the extra grind for her supplies.
Oh no. I thought we were done. Okay, so you want to get this out of the way?
Yeah, go for it. Choose
This
your
is
cup.
a larger amount than mine.
Alright, cheers.
I hate you.
I lied.
Was this unmixed?
No, that's just pure water.
Oh, so it smelled, because it smelled like it.
Yeah,
But-
that's why I'm glad. That you mixed both of them earlier, because like now we can't tell which one's water and which one's vodka just by smell.
Oh god, wait, let me smell the other one.
Mine was just pure vodka.
Oh, well now it smells like vodka. Jesus Christ.
Mine was pure vodka.
This, you want to know? You know, I'm not even going to tell you how I know. How I knew. I knew it wasn't vodka.
How?
I'm not telling you because then you're going to find a way to counteract it.
Oh shit.
No, you know what? If you want to counteract it, go ahead.
I'm
the
fine.
vodka.
You know what? I'm fine. I can do this. I can do this.
I shall win this battle today.
That's if you don't lose rock, paper, scissors. Because remember, I could always cheese it and just put both of them in there.
Exactly. Well, that's I can tell you definitely. The water leaves vapor. The vodka doesn't.
Bullshit.
So when I saw the frozen little, these right here, this,
Oh.
I was able to tell that one was water, or at least more water than it was vodka.
Ah, shit. Okay. I see how it is.
I am an evil genius. Not that much of a genius because I just told you how I survived. Anyway, but man, that did not sound or smell pleasant when he did that. Anyway, yeah.
I legit thought I was safe. Here you go, guys. Grand Blue hits you when you least expect it.
Yep. So, yeah, the main character, and that's the thing too. Like, the guy's not necessarily making like a romance story. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of putting it in there as a secondary element for the other characters,
just to pretty much keep it interesting, and then more importantly, kind of add like a little bit more realism to like the to the social aspect of this show as well.
Yeah, because this is another one of those shows where it's a group of fucking supermodels hanging out with each other.
That's true. That's kind of true.
Yeah, like when Ina.
Wait, no. Group of supermodels with like other people who with regular people problems. Because remember the college buddies, remember the guy that was
the ones that are like frenemies. Yeah.
No, the ones that are frenemies and the one that was desperate to get laid.
Yeah, him. Oh my god. But that episode was funny because, by the way, no matter how trashy putting so much makeup on make a person look, it doesn't turn away the fact that it reveals that they have a good facial structure.
Exactly.
So
especially in anime.
Yeah. So the fact that they were like. They were so put off by like how caked on the girls' faces were. I'm like, thank you. You're like,
I can see you like kind of gagging a little right now. So I'm like, ooh, he needs water.
Yeah, and my mouth is getting dehydrated. That's why it sounds like I'm all over the place.
Yeah, it's vodka. Vodka does that to you.
No!
It's vodka in the water bottle.
Right? Oh, I should have done that. Just get like a lighter and go. It's the same color. Does it matter? It's like. Is that how you determine drinking? Is if it looks the same? Like that's like when they mixed the whiskey with the vodka. It was just like, yeah, it looks like oolong tea now, right?
Oh man, dude, that was funny as hell.
But shoot, what were you saying? Right, yeah. So that's like that whole episode where they end up setting up a mixer with Ina
and her friends.
She basically made all of her friends wear like makeup, and it's just like, they're not bad looking. I mean, yeah, the makeup looks disgusting. Too much makeup looks disgusting, but like it doesn't ruin the facial structure, so you can still tell that the person would have a cute face. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought it was so funny when they end up showing the guys a photo of how one of the girls look without makeup, and it's just like, oh my god, that one's cute, and they just all like point the chopsticks at her.
Oh yeah, that's how they were determining because the point of this mixer was trying to see who would get with who. And the way the guys coordinated it is pretty much if you had your eyes set up on a target, you would put your chopsticks in the way of who you wanted to go for as well. Which, by the way, Danny, with me and my friends, with me and a particular friend of mine, it doesn't work like that. If he has his eyes set on a girl that you have a crush on, you better make sure you put your big boy pants on because he will go for her.
Damn. Wait, so even if this is like a casual hangout and it was you, me, this friend, and a person that I brought who I'm interested in, that's when I have to put on my big boy pants?
If he's interested in her. Because the thing about him is he strives under competition.
Oh my god.
We all strive under competition, but his specialty's in relationships.
By the way, next mixer you go to, let me know. Unless it's an all-college mixer, then I'll feel awkward.
Why?
Because I don't feel like I should be going over there and take away someone who's actually enrolled in that college's chances away.
What do you mean? It's a college mixer. Any college student can go.
I'm not a college man right now.
You're college age. That's what matters.
Is true. Yeah. Kind of. I'm 25.
You kind of scared me there for a second. I was thinking wait, then what would work for you? A high school mixer?
No.
Oh God.
I'm still wondering what I should do next week. What we should do next week.
Oh, for the show?
Yeah, because we still have my manga, but at the same time, I was thinking of another anime, and I'm like, I want to do like a proper show for that one. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so what else do you want to mention? Ooh, fuck.
You feeling it still?
I think it was the aftertaste from the one I served you, and then whatever was left in the cup you gave me.
Yeah. No one wins in this game. But I think another thing I wanted to talk about as well when it came to this show, which I really appreciated a lot, it's kind of pretty much like the other aspect of the college life, which was, you know, getting a part-time job to pay for your expenses.
Right.
That was one of my other favorite episodes. When they pretty much had to take their jobs just to be able to not only afford like to like go out and everything, but also be able to pay for the equipment and like the rentals and stuff they do for the diving club.
Yeah.
Cause in the beginning of that episode, I remember that pretty much one of the guys, what was his name? If I only had my phone, but I'm grinding right now.
Which one?
One of the senpais, not Kotobuki, because he was the one in the bar.
Hell, I'm bringing it up. I'm on the thing right now.
But yeah, and that's one of the other aspects I like.
Oh, there we go, Tokita. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that episode when they were showing up when they were doing their part-time jobs. Just because for me, when I saw like the jobs they were doing, I'm like, dude, I'm also doing that just to be able to afford what I'm able to do right now.
A moving company?
Yeah, well, not moving company. I'm doing loading at IKEA.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
Same, but different.
Very different.
And yeah, so like seeing like the part-time job aspect as well and everything is like you get to understand like, yeah, diving's a really expensive sport and everything you're gonna be doing as well. So it's obvious that pretty much everybody has to contribute in some way financially when it comes to just being able to do that. And I laughed at that episode because I remembered immediately when they got paid, they just went drinking and they only had a couple of yen left after the night drinking.
Like, literally to the point where Tokita actually had to, like, go and make the money back. And they're like, well, shouldn't you guys be doing the same? And it's like, I don't want to... And it's like, I'm not going to do that much work 2 days in a row. Like, my body can't take it. Like because here's the thing, too. As a person who works at Goodwill, there will occasionally be donation chucks that you're like, well, I don't have a lot of stuff right now, and it's the beginning of the day. Sure, I'll take everything on that U-Haul. And I'll have days where I'm working with someone who just isn't, like, cut out for it, or I've been that person, too, because I'm strong, but only to, like, a certain extent. I can only do about the 50 pounds... medium that they have to do. Well, I think the medium's like 40, but if you can do over that, then perfect. As long as it's 40 pounds. But like, yeah, there'll be days where there'll be someone helping me and they're trying to like move things out, and then here I am like picking up this box, throwing it, picking up this box, throwing it, picking up this thing, throwing it, and then there'll be days where I'm the one struggling with something, and then I just see like another person I'm working with who's just like picking up 2 things at a time, and I'm looking at him like, you fucking you roided out monster. But yeah, I'm like, it's very relatable for that one episode.
For that one episode. But for me, what I like that episode is when they went to go check out Kotobuki's job, which is for him, is he's a bartender.
Yeah, a really good one too.
A really good one. Like, I really liked immediately when they were talking about how he gets tips. Both Iori and Kohei got the wrong idea about how he goes obtaining those tips and everything.
One of them was like, that would be 200,000 yen. Like, he was shaking down the customers. And then another one was like, party, good time.
And it's just like naked, just like getting the tips in his underwear.
Yeah.
And like, he was like, you monster.
Yeah, but like, do you really think that lowly of him? But like, the thing too is with that episode, I like how it's like, yeah, customers love him because he listens to them and he's genuinely nice about it. And then it just shows you how crazy the show will get, because we go from part-time jobs to training to become bartenders to the boss thinking that Iori and Kohei are gay and may or may not be okay with it. They never really say.
That's true.
But I'm kind of on that thing that he was homophobic, because there was that part where he accidentally takes the drink that Kohei tried to give Aina, which is a oolong tea, peekaboo oolong tea, which is just vodka with whiskey. And then he's like, oh sure, I'm thirsty. And he drinks it and passes out. He's like, oh god, he's going to be out for a while. And then he just whispers in his ear, you better wake up soon, or else I can't guarantee what will happen to your body. And he wakes up and just looks at him like, and it's like, I think he might be homophobic. homophobic.
I think he might be homophobic if somebody tried to pull the moves on him. Why don't we just say that?
Yeah.
That might be the case, because I know like for some people they enjoy watching but not like actually being involved in it.
Yeah, no, but also there was that part where he was asking Iori.
Oh, that's right.
And then it's just like he was accidentally describing Chisa, because one of the things that end up happening is they wanted Azusa to help them set up a mixer and and she said, okay, well, what I want you to do is I want you to keep pretending to be Chisa's boyfriend until she until she genuinely believes it too, because again, I guess she sees the couple thing in there.
If she sees the couple thing, or like more importantly, because I remember what she wanted from that episode. Importantly, she just wanted them to make up at that point, because like Chisa was still pissed off and everything, and then Iori was kind of like really wanted to get back her respect, if anything.
Yeah.
So like I think Azusa at that point is like not a matter of like liking him as like an actual boyfriend, but kind of like trying to motivate Iori to kind of patch things up with her, if anything.
Yes.
Which, oh my god. the thing that guy goes through just to get back Chisa's respect.
Right. Yeah, and it's funny because like they're not like typical. Some of them are like typical anime things, like giving us something. Really?
Yep.
Fuck.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Fuck.
Yes. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh man. All right, Daddy's out.
That's not good. Okay. You could have probably already guessed what I might do.
Thank you. But yeah, so going back to like the whole Chisa thing and everything. So pretty much at this point right now, if you were able to keep up with all like that random spasm and everything, but going back to what happened with Chisa after the beauty pageant and everything, Chisa still kind of hated Iori. Only because, like, you know, he was the one who was, like, throwing the balls and, like, everybody else kind of backed out. So at this point, when they're pretty much, like, when he's asking Azusa for help, is he kind of want to mix up with Chisa, but he doesn't know how, because, again, Iori's kind of, like, unsure as to, like, how to patch things up with Chisa, if anything, only because it's his cousin. Nanaka really loves her. He doesn't want to get like fall under like Nanaka's bad mood or anything like that as well. And more importantly, he kind of wants her to like not see her like in a bad light, if anything. So Iori, for like the longest time, he tries to do like he tries to ask for advice, like get to know a lot of things, like in order to be able to get back on good terms with Chisa. Because although there is like that romance aspect, he doesn't want to be on her bad side. And kind of like, you know, end up distancing himself, even just so like it doesn't make everything else awkward for them.
Yeah, I mean they're already living together.
Exactly, and like Iori's already getting like a lot of shit about him from his friends. I'll take the right.
Okay.
Ooh, that was pleasant.
Just don't know how much how much vodka is actually in there because of what's already in the cup.
Oh, this is about a good time to tell you and everything as well, but like these haven't been washed since I've been drinking.
Exactly.
So like there's probably like not only vodka but like soju, soju fermenting in there, a little bit of like tequila.
Say it smells. It doesn't even really smell like vodka. That's one of the things too. It's like it smells like other things.
I'm only kidding though.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm kidding, dude.
Mind games.
Can you imagine if I actually did not wash these?
Yeah. Well, first of all, very bad manners for your house guest. No, so what was I saying?
Regarding Chisa and like how Iori wanted to get back her get on her good side, so that's why he asked Azusa to help him out with the mixer and everything.
So like going back to how I set that up was, so by this point of the show he is dating Quoty Fingers Chisa. So when the boss is like, oh, so are you dating anyone who may seem smart from the outside but is really airheaded? Is like, yep. Is the hair about this long, like short? Is like, yep. And every time he was doing that, his hair was like slinked back like this, and every time like he was answering yes, and it was falling towards what's his name, Kohei. It was just like and that's like he wanted a drink because it was kind of like he he was stressed out, so he's just like, yeah, you know what, I could use a drink, and and passes out. So yeah, I think the whole joke is like he was like homophobic, but he was one of those not jerky homophobes where it's all like, I don't really agree with it, but
I'm just gonna let them be for right now.
Yeah, I'll let them be until one tries to make a move on me. Like those dumbasses who are like, I have nothing against black people, I just don't want one dating my daughter.
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, this thing is going places right now.
Right. But again, the show knows how to play it completely off as comedy, and also, I mean, it's something that is technically always pointed out as a joke, and not, you know, white guy hitting black guy.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since it's like more Asian, if anything.
Yeah. All Asian, unless you ask. Remember that old, like, Danny and the Electric Fox episode we did where there was like a rapper going up on Twitter saying all of those anime characters were white because none of them are yellow?
That's true. That is true.
I still remember that. That was ridiculous. They're like, man, look at the characters here. Do you honest to God tell me those are Japanese characters? And it's like, yes.
No, but yeah. And then, you know, if anything, one of the things that like I really liked about that episode is when they were said when Kogi and Yori were practicing to give the drinks to Aina.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, like doing like a person in a TV show and it's like, yeah, shaking the bottle, and then when they were shaking the mixing bottle, they didn't put the lid on, so it's spilling all over the place.
And then more importantly, when they were looking at Kotobuki, because the thing about him is that they were kind of marrying Kotobuki as to like how to prepare the drinks and everything. And so what Chisa and Aina end up asking for, Azusa end up asking on Kotobuki is like, oh, can I have some gin and tonic? It's like, yeah, same here. Make some gin and tonic. So what does the Yori and Kohei think? It's like, oh, okay, so the drinks are literally prepared how they sound.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like Moscow, and there was
the screwdriver.
Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. The screwdriver was another one. The screwdriver was just like they put some alcohol with ice and they gave it like a physical screwdriver, and it's like that's not how you make a screwdriver. The ingredients are wrong. And it's like, okay, wait, we can fix this. Give her another screwdriver,
It's
but
a flat.
it's a flathead.
And they're like, you guys are making fun of me, and then like you just see Kohei in the burger like, see, I told you we should have given her precision tip. By the way, mind you guys, if you want to make this drink, a screwdriver is pretty much orange juice with vodka.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if that was Amazon or maybe like the actual. No, it was like.
No, I'm
the
just talking
actual
about in general. I'm not talking about the translation. I'm talking in general how to make a screwdriver.
Oh no, but that's what I mean. Like, despite how much the anime was kind of like, please don't try any of these drinks, they were telling you how to make them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially like the ones that Kotobuki and the other guys were making as well.
Oh, when they were thinking about other drinks, so it's like Sex on the Beach. It's like
Yeah.
And then the other one,
the Moscow Mule, which was like pretty much like I think it was like gin, vodka, and I forgot what else. Lime, I think it was lime.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're like thinking moss ball. So it's just a compressed drink.
Yeah. So it's like moss and community. Okay. So they put like a ball of moss in there. But no, it was yeah, it was Sex on the Beach, and it was like another like other really lewd sounding drink. Cherry Blossom.
Oh.
And it showed like the Fed who wanted to lose his virginity. And it's like, why are you putting red images in my head? It's like, why are you putting red images in my head?
That's true. Oh my god, that's true. The cherry blossom. The cherry blossom one and everything as well. And trust me, guys, a lot of the drinks, even though the gin and tonic one sounds like it's made for like exactly how it's like sounds, don't make them the way they're sounded, man, because you're gonna get a lot of awkward, moments, especially with Aina and Yori and Kohei.
Yeah, that would be a really great April Fool's joke though, where it's like, oh, I want a screwdriver, and it's like, got it. So you actually give him a screwdriver, and it's like, you wanted a screwdriver.
Oh, got you.
Wait, what are you doing?
Making a screwdriver.
I don't want a screwdriver. Dude!
No, I'm not gonna drink this.
What are you gonna do with it?
Hold on. Keep talking.
Oh god, you're actually making a screwdriver. Oh god, I'm scared. Why are you going in? What are you doing?
Here you go, sir. Your screwdriver.
Oh, I get you. In case you guys didn't see, he actually put a screwdriver in the vodka.
Here you go. You can take a picture for the podcast. Don't drink that though.
No, I can imagine. The screwdriver was in your bathroom. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Are you one of those people where you get meds to do other things that aren't for the intended purpose?
No. So there you go. There's your podcast. There's your podcast image for the day.
Yep.
A literal screwdriver. Wait, that image looks wrong.
What?
There you go.
Now that's a man's image. There we go. Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take this away before you.
And people do not be alarmed. Lewis is not squatting. He just has very minimal things in his house.
Exactly.
Which is okay, you know. Don't. What the? I thought you said you weren't gonna drink that.
I said you weren't gonna drink this.
You mother.
I'm gonna get water now.
Well, he's officially out for the podcast. Probably.
God damn, that screwdriver had a bite. I was not expecting that.
God damn it. It's all the rusty mold. Anyway, yeah,
I'm not be surprised.
I'm not gonna have time to go after. I just want to go home, and then I'll wake up early and go to work, and then I will do what I want to do tomorrow. Then, anyway, well, as we were saying, yeah, another really funny thing they took literally too was Ina was telling them how to act like bartenders. So she was listing things she saw in TV, and one of them was mixing the bottle, which when they tried to do drink mixing, the idiots forgot to put a lid on top, so it was splashing everywhere. And then another one too was sliding a drink across the bar top, and when they did that, they ended up breaking a bottle. And then my favorite one, because it just shows how much just how much assholes these guys are, is when they're clinking glasses and having a toast, and Iori just throws the drink in Kohei's eyes, and then it's it burns. Yes, let's have a toast to your eyes. No, the show pretty much, as you can tell by our state of mind right now, it just gets it just goes everywhere at this point. It goes everywhere, and it's funny because I was an episode and a half in, because I gotta give it the second half of episode 2 does talk about diving, but I remember texting you, this show's gonna have nothing to do with diving, is it? And you just sent me a photo of the Freddie Prinze Jr. character from The Iron Giant. Holding a coffee cup. I'm what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It's a drink. It's saying yes.
Yes, it is mostly about drinking. But yeah, what else? Because we already talked about the bar thing. That was the one I wanted to talk. Oh no, wait. There's one I wanted to bring up. Also, it kind of shows you how spiteful. There's always been anime where they've showed the men being very spiteful of other people in relationships. Remember My Mental Choices Are Ruining My School Life? Mm-hmm. How when they found out that 3 girls were in love with him, he was enemy number 1 at the school.
And then also in Baka and Test the Shoujo, where you pretty much had that one club that's dedicated to pretty much execute anybody who has a love interest.
What was that?
Do you remember them from Baka and Test? The club of the guys who look like a Ku Klux Klan, but they have the F on their robes.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. What's the American name for that one?
Literally, that's what it's called. Baka and Test to Shoujo.
Baka no Test?
Oh, here, let me. We'll unlock that first.
Yeah. Okay. Oops.
You've never seen that show?
Mm-mm.
Oh man. Okay, I guess we got a potential one for another week.
Yeah.
But yeah, continue talking.
But yeah, and so you've seen shows that people are very jealous when they're in relationships and stuff, and that's why it was so weird watching the Ultraman anime, and you see how supportive the guys are of the main character getting the girlfriend. Just saying, because these are.
You haven't seen the show?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen the show at all. No. I haven't even. I don't. Yeah, the characters don't even look recognizable. I haven't heard of this show at all, which is kind of rare. Because there'll always be a show that you're like, oh, let's do this, and then I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this, and oh, but I've seen this image.
Yeah. That's usually how some of our picks end up going.
Yeah, that was. I think back in the Oscar days, there was a show that we did only because I saw an image of. Oh no! Like back in 2016, Kyobe had became a meme.
Yeah,
and that's how I found out about Madoka Magica, and that's actually how we ended up doing an episode.
Drink.
Why?
Stay hydrated. Because I already finished my bottle.
Mm-hmm. God damn you, vodka. And my ability to talk. But yeah, sorry. So like there's an episode where the Kohei and Iori are hanging out with their friend, they're friends, but they're friends who like hate them because they have like active romantic lives.
Yep.
And there's a guy saying, yeah, well, there's a guy who, one of our friends couldn't hang out with us today. Yeah, he said he was busy. He's like, you don't think he has a girlfriend? And it's like, no, I believe in him. I know he doesn't because he's a loser like us.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, you know what? He should be here too. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I'll call him. So they call him and it's just like, just give me like 15, 30 minutes and I'll be right over there. And then it's like, oh. And then you just hear like blankets being shuffled around and like a girl's voice, and it's like he's in bed with a girl. Oh. And then you just see the guys in the background. Yes. And they just get up. Iori like puts on his jacket and is like, let's go set him on fire. Yes. And like, is there anyone who does this?
What?
Like, openly cock-block a guy to that degree.
Yes.
Like, really?
Yes, Danny. And let me tell you about my experience with that as well.
Oh, no.
So, this is one of the reasons why I don't let one of my friends drink heavily anymore. Because this happened during a party one time.
Oh, no.
I was talking to this girl. I was like, this is like a housewarming party and everything. And I was like talking to this girl I've been interested in for a while. The one I was telling you about a while ago?
Yes.
So I was like trying to talk to her and everything. Trying to talk to her and everything. And one of my friends, his love interest left the party, so he decided to like go ham with the drinks.
Oh no!
So when it came time to dance on the dance floor and everything, I was gonna ask her to dance, and then here he comes, whisks me away and starts dancing on salsa with me. And I'm like, motherfucker! I was about to dance with someone. I was like, don't worry, you only need me.
Oh god!
And the worst part was, remember my other friend that I told you that gets competitive? He ended up dancing with her. Found out that I actually started developing a crush with her that night, and I was like, I guess.
It's amazing the people you make friends with, like us, you as like a general term, despite the fact they all have like the weird quirks that you may not like. Like, I've had. Well, I mean, I ended up not being friends with them anymore, but, like, I had a friend who was, like, very, very, like, very, very demanding and, like, a very heavy drinker, and I'm still, like, really good friends with them, but I'm like, man, I was friends with them for a long time. But then even I have friends now that it's, like, that there's just something in there besides compatibility that's there that you can, like, stand that.
Oh, yeah. But that's pretty much my cockblock experience with my friends. Except it wasn't out of jealousy. It was just because of booze.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, booze and competitiveness.
Booze and competitiveness, pretty much.
Yeah, and
booze mainly though. Booze pretty much enhanced it that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably why. So yeah. So you have basically this one of their friends who is about to have sex with like his childhood friend. And
wait, she was his childhood friend?
Yeah, remember she ends up calling him brother, and it's just like, right. Oh, I used to call you that when we were younger, and that ends up pissing off Kohei because remember Kohei didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
So he's literally walking back and is like, oh, do you think they're gone? And it's like, yes. Oh, so come back to bed, brother, whatever his name is. And it's just like, huh? And it's like you should stop calling me that. Oh, but I've been calling you that since we were childhood friends. It's like they were childhood friends.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what really sets up Kohei.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, now it's time for me to do the voice mixing technique. It's like, voice mixing technique, what's that? hello, you told me to come over. Who is that? It's like, what? And then he ends up like doing other high-pitched voices of other girls.
Dude, and that just shows like how crazy Kohei is, because he was able to. He pretty much has voice acting talent, and that just shows how much his voice actor is able to do.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that the first two voices were the voice actor, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Afterwards was different because it started going from a different tone, if anything.
Yeah. But even like the first two voices are really good, because you could tell it was him. But then when he started like actually sounding like a girl, you're like, oh, okay, this is probably one of the other voice actors.
I know.
But yeah, you see that part where like he has like this giant mail slot. So they're like, oh, you have a package, and it's like, you have like 200 porn videos, and it's like 200 porn videos. It's like the animal documentaries. It's like I'm gonna, and they just start like shoveling them through the other side of the door. It's like there's too many. I can't fit them all in here, but so you're gonna have to come out and get them. And she's just looking at them from the bed, and it's like it's flat out pornography.
Oh man, but yeah, what are friends for?
Right, and then the line account too. When Iori changed his name to a female in the line account and started texting him. And the thing that was funny about that is that we're going towards that extra environment now, where the girl reads the text, picks him up with like her one veiny arm, and is like strangling him. Yeah. And it's like, it's one of my friends trying to play a check on me, I swear.
And which is one of the sad parts, because it really that's legit the case what's happening.
Yeah.
But she doesn't believe him at all.
Yeah, and like the voice mixing is the one that ended up working. But what's funny is she just flat out like wouldn't have it anymore. Mm-hmm. And you could tell just by the way she was sounding, she was just telling him that for now, mm-hmm. and maybe he would have had another chance later. But what the guy ends up doing, because they're like, oh, well, if he's going to throw us away to be with her, then he's a traitor. And Iori just sticks around and like looks, still looking at him. And he's like, Iori, why are you still wasting your time on that traitor? He's like, no, pay attention. Look at his face. You see that tear in his eye? And then he says, well, if we're done, can you introduce me to one of your friends? And she ends up like kicking his ass. Yeah. And it's all like, he is so one of us. I knew we could believe in him. And you just see him like flying in the air unconscious, bleeding, and then like holding out the hands like, yay.
Oh my god.
This show. Remember, the show sold itself as a diving show. And we barely talked about. Well, I mean, given the show barely goes into it either.
Exactly. So, if anything, pretty much what we talked about today pretty much accurately summarizes what the show's about. 10% diving, 90% like just awkward, just like madness going around.
Yeah, complete madness with like plenty of like cute characters going around. And the one thing I hated about this show is that none of them were obvious to me. I loved all of them. Like, I'm not typically into like the blatantly slutty like busty characters, but Azusa was so likable that even I found myself like, oh. And then of course Chisa would be my most obvious one, but then of course there was like Aina I really like, the sister I really like. There was that joke with the sister where the sister finds out that the Quody Finger's dating.
Oh, Nanaka.
Yeah, when Nanaka finds out, and it's just, and it's at first it's like she like pushes up on him and he's like, I hear you and Chisa are together, and at first he's like scared, telling him that we need to like try to, talk her out of it. Yep. But then he realizes he can't like do that either, because it would also blow his cover to like
Azusa and everything.
Yeah. So when she like comes up on him again, and it's just like, oh, I'm so glad, because to her, she took them being together as like being closer, because when they met, they didn't like each other, or she didn't like him.
And like, dude, I'm like, it was funny just how convoluted Nanaka was, because remember, she's a huge sis-con. Yeah. So for her, when she's like, I'm so glad you guys are getting together to the point where people think you're just dating, I was like, what the fuck kind of logic was that?
Right? And then it's like, well, and then Azusa's like, well, Nanaka, what would you think if,
I'm putting this away. It was another boss fight. I'm not gonna do any more of this.
Dude, I already feel warm. And I just had that little bit. And whatever was getting on the water in the cup.
Exactly. That's why I like putting this away for tonight.
I told you. But anyway, that was fine. We should try to do this with more people. The review will just end with
But yeah, so if anything else you want to talk about from the show?
Oh yeah, well I wanted to finish the thing with Nanako where it's like, well, what would you do if you found out they really were dating? And it's like, I wouldn't know. And then he looks at her again, and then her face is all deadpan, and she's like, no, I mean, I don't know what I would do. It was flat out like, I'd kill him. 2, 1, 3, 24. Huh? That's my job. One moment.
Go over it.
Oh wait, no, I don't think this is my job. Well, who the hell is this?
But yeah, other than that,
Hello?
other than the debacle and everything like that as well when it comes to Grand Blue, you can tell how this is going to be ending.
When I called. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
So any other things you want to talk about Grand Blue?
That's for now all I can really imagine. Like those are like the funniest moments. Mm-hmm. But of course, you know, there's plenty of like. No, actually, I can't. What about you?
I think for me, we pretty much covered like one of my best moments that I really wanted to talk about the show. Because a lot of the other moments, I kind of want to let people to like just figure them out as well and just see them visually as well.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's kind of like the aspect that really drew me to Grand Blue is just not only like the jokes they make, but just kind of how they were played out as well.
Yeah. Oh, like I won't go into detail with it, but that joke at the fish market was really funny. Where they made it sound like they were doing like back alley deals. I want a chubby high schooler. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I noticed that Grand Blue really likes, they like the misinterpretive wordplay. Mm-hmm. Like they have that fish market scene, and then they have the scene where Iori's trying to ask Chiza for help, but to Kohei and Aina, it sounded like it sounded like they were going to like have sex, but like really weird sex too. And then it's like, yeah, I want you to step on me, and it's like you can even tie me up if you want. And then when like Aina follows them outside, he's like, I'm gonna get wet, and it's like it's okay to take off your clothes. But like they do that like 2 other times, I think. So they do that like 4 times in total. So yeah, the fish market, yeah, that, and then there are like 2 other cases where they have that wordplay again. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's
just a lot of like pretty much playing off the misunderstanding tropes and everything.
Yeah.
Where you get to see a lot of like the jokes and everything. Just what was it called? Taking things out of context. There you go.
Yeah.
We get to see a lot of like a lot of things get really taken out of context as well.
Really, like just everything running out of control, like to that level of insanity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, Danny, as we're pretty much reaching the end of the show, this is pretty much my reveal to you. This was kind of like the reason why I did this April Fool's joke is to kind of so I can get an idea of how you were back in the hentai party.
What? What do you mean back in the hentai party?
Remember when you went when you said like when you drank those Long Island iced teas and then you were starting to get like really woozy with Giguk?
Jesus Christ, yeah. I wasn't like that's the thing. I was woozy, yeah. But I know I was a little lost because this guy that I made friends with, Michael, at the hentai party, he was telling me these other things I was... Like, nothing crazy, but, like, me talking to him, he was telling me these other conversations we had, and I'm like, I don't remember some of those. I remember the girl calling over. I remember me meeting a Chloe cosplayer. I remember that weird thing I had, that weird experience I had with Sid Snaps.
Yep.
I remember... Giga, so it's like I think I was actually a little more off than I did, which is why I think I was so obnoxious. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Again, like I don't mind maybe going to like another party with that. Like again, I bought my tickets, by the way.
I bought mine too.
Okay, I want to wait until I get paid this week, and then I'll buy the pre-night ticket or the post-night ticket?
Pre-night. I already bought my pre-night ticket already as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy my pre-night ticket. So we'll have that. So yeah, I'll try to be a little bit more sociable with the drinking, but yeah, I just gotta be careful because I just thought I was buzzed, and I'm like, oh, okay, so when I'm buzzed, I'm really annoying, but no, apparently I was further out.
No, yeah, because like for me, there's more just so you guys know like a little bit of context and everything. Danny got to go to this hentai party, which I had no idea of. Well,
Faku party. Yeah.
Faku party, which I had no idea of and could not participate in because I wasn't old enough to drink either. So I would have pretty much like missed out on most of the things over there.
You're 21 now?
Yeah, I'm 21 now, so but I wasn't 21 then.
Yeah, no, yeah, you were 19. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago.
Exactly. But at least now, I have an idea of pretty much like how to keep it down. Because like right now, bless you're good enough to have conversations like, especially about anime and everything.
Yeah.
And I also know like, damn, you get buzzed fast.
I do.
Because it's not even hitting me hard right now.
Exactly. Like you saw me. Okay, so what he was reacting to earlier when you guys said, whoa, Danny's gone. I was walking with like the water bottle and like the vodka. And then I didn't trip. I stumbled. Mm-hmm. Like you'd think, oh, he tripped on that little the
little ledge.
The ledge there. And so, but no, I just temporarily lost balance. And another thing I remember from that Faku party was when I was just listening to Moe's Shop, I think that name was. But that there was just like a lot of DJs over there. But I was listening to this one guy play, and then right in front of me is like this girl just standing with a drink in her hand, and just out of nowhere she face plants. She's like standing perfectly still, but then she face plants as if someone violently shoved her from the back.
Damn.
And like I help her up, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" She gets up and just like runs out. But I'm like, what the fuck was that?
But yeah, and pretty much I think if anything, I think that's a pretty much good point to like end. So if you want to go on final thoughts, or is there anything else you want to go for when it comes to Grand Blue?
No, I think that's it. I just got to bring up that really cringy ending.
Yeah.
I kind of like the ending. It's catchy, but it's like it's cringy because it's one of those. It's the voice actors singing the ending, but it's so again. Grand Blue sticking to what Grand Blue is. It's so extra about it.
No, it's the karaoke. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is Iori and Kohei talking to each other. And okay, so yeah.
So you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Final thoughts. Yeah, this is a show. One thing I told.
Oh God.
What, you got the character?
No, my character's getting cranky.
Sleep, go to sleep. Don't get bitchy on me. Basically, one of the. Oops.
Oh, I'm getting a call now. So go for it.
Okay, cool. Good thing I stopped it when I did by accident.
Right.
Yeah, so, sorry guys. So anyway, one of the things I told Lewis when I got here was, I just started the show last night, and I would have been able to finish all 12 episodes if it wasn't for something I had to do, today. But just last night, starting the show at 8, I blew through 6 episodes like nothing and didn't even feel it. I swear you will have so much fun with the insanity of this show that you wouldn't even feel the time going by. Hell, the thing I was doing involved me having to stay out of my house for like an hour, and that hour flew by like nothing because I was just watching the show and trying to catch up. And yeah, it was a ton. Again, the show's a ton of fun. I really enjoy the characters. Even though like you guys can kind of tell what kind of people we are due to our picks, you know that I'm very much into like heavily story-driven stuff. But I also love me a good silly show every now and then, and I always like wait for like Lewis or Ben or like maybe another Annie YouTuber to tell me like if there's a good silly show out there.
Oh, dude, I thought I established myself as a crazy person a long time ago.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean with the show, with the anime, like, that's how I knew. I already knew you were crazy after a few encounters.
Yeah.
Good. We're good now. But yeah, I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed a lot of the jokes here. Again, like the fact that the show is very visual with its humor. I also really do like that the show does have a lot of these really funny wordplay stuff. But I really do recommend you guys give it a watch. Because, again, like, you know, this is a show where we specifically talk about good anime, and maybe one day that will have to change. I mean, what? No, but we will, but, like, trust me, when I say that I like this show, I really freaking like this show. So, yeah, there's me.
Yeah, that's a long song.
It's 4 minutes. And then at one point, you just hear the voice actors losing their shit.
I know. Oh man, but so pretty much you like the show?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love this show. I will finish to the 12th episode. It won't be like Snafu where I still haven't finished the last 3 episodes of season 2.
That's getting another season.
I know. It's funny how excited I am for it, and I'm just like, I haven't even finished it.
Dude, I'm so hyped for that one.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Dude, freaking Re:Zero. I don't know if it's coming out this year, but Re:Zero is getting like a season 2. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for that one.
Still waiting for that No Game No Life season 2 as well.
Wah, wah. Hopefully Madhouse. Has Madhouse announced anything Overlord related or no?
No, dude, 3 seasons is like who? Nothing so far.
Yeah, 3 seasons was enough. That was like the best you guys got that year. It was like the first or second, because I think Black Lagoon, Blue Lagoon, didn't that get like a...
Black Lagoon, you mean?
Black Lagoon. Yeah, Black Lagoon, didn't that get like a second season?
I think so.
Yeah. Like, yeah, this is like the second Madhouse show ever to do a season 2.
First one to get 3 seasons.
Yeah, 3 seasons and 2 seasons in the same year. Yeah, so
exactly.
It's like season 2 and 3 same year. Even though I heard there was something weird about one of the big battles that happened in that show.
CGI.
Yeah, it was like CGI.
You could tell it was costing Madhouse a lot of money.
Yeah, so they're like, season 2 was hell of expensive. Season 3, we have to do another battle. Guess I'll have to do this. Mm-hmm. Which is why. Well, no, after you. So anyway, hit it.
Okay then. So for me, when I first watched the show, again, watch it as like a recommended for like a YouTuber and everything like that as well. When I saw the show, was not disappointed with like what I got experience and everything. Yeah. So for me, I kind of like those shows where I can kind of relate with what's going on with the characters and everything. And for me, Grand Blue, when I first saw the show and everything, I was thinking, damn. Is this how it's gonna be like for me when I go transfer to CSUN soon enough? And oh man, better believe it right now. It's kind of like I'm not as crazy as the people in the show there, but kind of getting there.
Yeah, well, it's because like you don't have anyone who's just going extra like that. And there are things they get away with the show that like you wouldn't be able to in real life. Like again, the episode 1 they called it cops on Iori. Remember when there's like he's asking someone to take their clothes off. Chisa, and you just see a cop like grab him by the shoulder and be like. And you just see him, the next thing he like sprinted out and the cops are looking for him.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. And then, for me, what really drew me to the show and everything was like pretty much like how the anime man described it. You don't get to see a lot of shows where they take place in the college setting with anything. Because a lot of them, like especially the slice of life shows, they always take place like in the high school and everything, which it's fine. But I'm not a high schooler anymore. Yeah. So after a while, you kind of get like, okay, this is like my next slice of life, or my next isekai. We're like, oh, the protagonist is another high schooler.
Yeah. So, and it's like I remember something like that happening to me, but again, you're not the first show to do that.
Exactly. Which for me, again, another thing why I like Shield Hero. All of them are pretty much like grown adult. Well, pretty much grown adults.
There's only 2 of them are high schoolers. The other 2 are college students.
College students like sheets.
Yeah, Mosuyatsu, Misoyasu, the spear hero. He's the oldest by like a year. He's 21.
And then the younger ones are the sword and the bow on the bow hero.
Yeah, the sword hero I think is the youngest. He's 17.
But yeah, so for me, what really drew me to like the show and everything as well, it's pretty much like it's pretty much relating to me to a point in my life right now that I'm experiencing right now, which is college years.
Yeah.
Which man. Whenever you hear like people talk about college and everything, like a lot of people say like, oh, I dread it because it's classroom and everything, but they also say it's the best years of your life because it's not only like one of the times where you get to do a lot of the crazy things, but you also get to do clubs, kind of discover like the kind of person you are, and pretty much just kind of get all those opportunities done for me. Which seeing the show a little bit to the extreme, but kind of related to them as well.
Yeah.
And the humor was on point. Love the humor.
Yeah, it's funny because of how ridiculous. And again, you're hearing this is probably very close to Asobi Asubase, where it's like the ending kind of makes you think what you're getting with the show, and then the ending is just like, yeah, this is what you really went through.
Yep, opening's just pretty much misleading, and then the ending's like, no, this is pretty much gonna sum up your whole experience.
Yeah, and
for me, I was okay with the whole ride.
Yeah. This could have used a little bit more death metal, but I do like crazy muscle men chanting.
Yep. Oh man. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for my thoughts on the show. Really loved it. Always made me laugh. Always made me giggle like a little girl every time I watched it and everything.
Yeah.
So definitely like a really good show, like if you just want to have a good laugh or just kind of de-stress of anything.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I think I finally decided what we will do. We'll hold that off for another cycle. Because since we were in fact talking about CG and anime,
oh god,
I think it's about time that we talk about Ajin the Demi-Human.
Oh, okay.
So
you had me scared there for a second.
Why? What did you think I was gonna pick?
I thought you were gonna suggest the Terraformers movie.
Oh god, no. No, I don't know. There's something weird going on. Well, apparently, because I read a Kotaku review, and the Kotaku reviewer didn't like it. So I'm like, and I saw like 20 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see why he doesn't like it, because they're killing off characters in like flashbacks. But no, apparently there's a group of people who really like that movie, so like, I'll have to watch that. But again, we might not have anything to do with that. I want to do season 1 eventually, but like, Eventually. Yeah, because if it was just season 1, then I'd want to do it as soon as possible. But I'm kind of hesitant because there's a season 1, but there's also a season 2
that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah, and I don't want people to be like, wow, they recommended this show to me. The first season was great, but oh god, the second season. There's a reason why it was specifically the second season. The first season that we were talking about. But we will be doing, if you can, if not, just let me know, and then we'll just do season 1 and save season 2. We will try to do the 2 seasons that are available of Ajin.
Dude, I love that show. I'll do it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I watched it a while ago, but I never caught on to season 2 just because I got busy.
Oh, really?
I finished the first season already.
Oh, yeah. Okay, definitely see if we can make it to season 2. Because I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm
going to rewatch it again as well. Because I remember that was one of the shows I liked. And more importantly, one of like the mangas I really liked reading as well.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where it's like the manga's amazing, but I like the anime more only because the character models are a little easier to look at.
Oh yeah.
Because like the weird thing with that, and we'll get to it more next week, but like the character models in the first volume look like the anime models, and then I don't know what made them want to make them look less anime-esque. So he made them look more human. It just looks a little off.
It throws you off for a little bit. No, I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll be doing Ajin the Demi-Human. This is actually one of those ones where when people want to talk about how CG animes are inferior, like this is the one I have to tell them to watch.
I know, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that and the Ultraman anime is really good.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Weirdest thing though. So you look at the cast for Ultraman and it's like, okay, these are all pretty standard anime voice actors like Ben Diskin, Steve Bloom. Even though Steve Bloom is the one that you have to think like, wait, he's a union actor. What's he doing in here? And then who's voicing the main character in the show? Fucking Josh Hutcherson. the kid who played Peeta in the Hunger Games. The main kid in Visita Bithia. God, like, we're talking about a mainstream, not particularly A-list, but like a mainstream well-known actor leading an anime. So, and that's why I'm like, wow, are we, is this going to be a thing soon?
Ultraman? Mm-hmm. All right.
No, I'm saying how, like, we have a mainstream actor in an anime, and I'm like, is this going to be a thing soon? Are we going to be seeing, like, other mainstream actors leak into anime shows? Not movies, because we've already seen that with the Ghibli films.
Oh, yeah. But for me, I'm still, again, kind of disappointed that the movie that Keanu Reeves wanted to make, the Cowboy Bebop, he wanted to do, got canceled.
Yeah, what... Oh, it got canceled. I hope he's involved in the TV show somehow.
No, because I remember Keanu Reeves is a pretty huge fan about it as well, so that's why he wanted to make a movie about it.
Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. Like, the movie's dead, but Netflix is making a live action.
Ooh!
So that's why, if they can get him involved in it, then that might be good.
I'd love him for a Spike.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for next week, guys, and then we'll keep you updated for like what we're going to be doing, and then hopefully I can get Danny home safely.
Yeah, oh god.